Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. It's been a little while since I've seen you. Quite a lot has happened. Coldplay affairs, Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. People are upset on the internet that Sydney Sweeney is selling jeans and thinks she's a Nazi. You know, it's just 2025 as per usual. And I too have been a little bit busy, to say the least. Don't worry, I'm absolutely fine. It wouldn't be IMO Reviews if there wasn't some sort of yearly injury. It's kind of my thing. It's just a little bit concerning that they keep on getting slightly worse each time. And in tribute to the passing of Ozzy Osbourne, I thought I'd wear my Black Sabbath t-shirt and my denim cut, which I'll display to you now in full detail. Mrs. IMO put it together and I am absolutely in love with it. We have got a movie review catch up for you today, but I thought I'd do this one in person just to touch base and see you all. It's just a shame that we don't have better movies to talk about. Let's begin with I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's remaking a movie that I personally never really even cared about to begin with. A guy in a raincoat with a fishhook just isn't scary to me. I don't really know why it stood out back in the day. So you can imagine how little impact this very shoddy remake had on me. And unfortunately serves as a completely hopeless cash grab that you probably already expected it to be. Yes, this movie has unfortunately some of the worst dialogue that I've heard this year, with some of the most paper-thin cliche characters to exist in film. And the longer it goes on, the worse it gets. It becomes so tragically meta and desperately clinging on to any nostalgia, which I'm imagining is quite limited. It doesn't make sense. This is utterly hopeless and frankly just sad. Do not waste your time with this. The only positive that I can say about the movie is that you might have some smirks and laughs at some of the stupidity on display here. It's funny in the sense that it's toe-curlingly embarrassing. And hey, I suppose it didn't go on for that long. I'm going to give I Know What You Did Last Summer a 2 out of 10. Next up we have Happy Gilmore 2. That's right, Adam Sandler returns to one of his most beloved franchises on this Netflix sequel. And I didn't have the highest expectations for this one either. I really like the original Happy Gilmore. I think it's one of Adam Sandler's better movies. I think it holds up pretty well. It's still got a charm to it and is pretty funny to this day. But I never ever thought that it needed a sequel. So many of those Adam Sandler movies do not need a sequel. Do we need to see Billy Madison 2? Big Daddy 2? They're nice, one-hit, simple comedies of their time. This was such a pointless watch, and I felt insulted by the movie at how little it actually trusted its audience to even understand this simple of a plot. Because trust me, it's not complicated. This is baby food storytelling. And yet all it endlessly does is rely on callbacks and nostalgia of that first movie. And if you don't get the reference, it even goes out of its way to have mini flashbacks of that scene in the first movie. It's quite literally relying on the original film to make you laugh. And any of these callbacks and references that they now bring back are not funny. Nothing they add to it or do with it is good. To be honest, 9 times out of 10 it's just a crap repeat that doesn't make an awful lot of sense. Some of the cameos in this are utterly insane. It goes from Post Malone to Travis Kelce of all people. There's several real golf players in the movie as well, which on one hand I think is kind of cool, but not a single damn one of them can act. And none of them are funny either. For a movie that is non-stop jammed with jokes, there was only one gag in the whole movie that genuinely got a chuckle out of me. That being that every single item within Happy Gilmore's house is actually just a secret stash for alcohol, even his TV remote. That's probably the only joke in the whole movie that felt like it was hitting the right kind of ridiculous yet funny that the original movie does offer. It's stupid, it's childish, I don't really know who this is for. I suppose the only saving grace that I can give the movie is that some of the cast seem to be enjoying their time together and having fun on the set, and some of that does come across. You can also laugh at some of the dreadful performances. Becky Lynch, looking at you, girl. So it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm not pulling my hair out about it, but I can't say I'm surprised. It was pretty much every bit as tragic and pitiful as I expected it to be. And I'm going to give Happy Gilmore 2 a 2 out of 10. Next up we have The Naked Gun. I do love the original Naked Gun movies. Leslie Nielsen is one of my favourite comedic actors.
Can I interest you in a nightcap?
No, thank you. I don't wear them.
A Cuban?
No. Dutch-Irish. My father was from Wales.
So, no, I wasn't looking forward to this one either. But I will give it this. I didn't think The Naked Gun was anywhere near as bad as I was expecting. No, it's not good. It's incredibly childish and frankly pretty damn forgettable. But I will say this about it. There are several times where it does feel fitting of the Naked Gun franchise. It does feel like its heart is at least in the right place here. It is trying to pay respect to that original series. It feels like it's being made by people who love that original series. Actually, for once, it didn't feel like it was trying to cash in on the name. There are several jokes in this movie that I could imagine Leslie Nielsen saying. How did your wife pass? Beautifully, she had an arm like a cannon. Liam Neeson seems to be having a lot of fun. I actually thought that he and Pamela Anderson were pretty good together, and I think it's pretty cute that they seem to be an item now in real life. Good for them. Hope they're happy. But unfortunately, that is as far as my praise goes when it comes to this new Naked Gun. There are an awful lot of jokes in this movie, and only a handful did work on me. The vast majority were quite eye-rolling, predictable, obvious, childish. And personally, I feel like the movie does outstay its welcome. 10 minutes too long, with a quite underwhelming ending as well. There are some pacing issues here that could have easily been worked out. I guess I didn't realise just how much I've missed seeing a comedy at the cinema. Everyone's so scared of stepping on eggshells and has to be mindful of what they say, but I just appreciated the movie being here to simply try and entertain me and make me laugh. And for better or for worse, it did on occasion. I'm going to give The Naked Gun a 4 out of 10. Next up, we have Together. Together is a new body horror movie starring Dave Franco and Alison Brie, who play a couple who move to a new house and find themselves having quite an odd relationship dilemma after drinking some mystical water in a hidden cave. And that's all I'm going to say about Together in regards to the plot, because I think it'd be best to go in blind on this one. I really enjoyed Together. Dave Franco and Alison Brie are a genuine couple in real life, and their chemistry completely came through in the film. I liked them as a couple. I liked their back and forths. I did see both sides of their positions in this relationship and situation they find themselves in, and that situation itself is extremely unique and different and memorable, that presents some funny, awkward, difficult situations for them to have to navigate. And my favourite thing about this movie is how they navigate this situation. They have no idea what they're dealing with here. They are just communicating and figuring it out as they go along. Films like this would usually come to a crushing halt, and they'd have this clanking scene in the middle of it where a character Googles what sort of demon or entity they are dealing with right now, and there's a very convenient Wikipedia page explaining everything they need to know. No, that didn't come in this movie. They really are just working on the fly, trying to figure out what the best answer and solution is, and sometimes they make mistakes, understandably so as well, which in turn makes you care about them and the situation that they're in and how they get out of it. It gives both characters genuine arcs and genuine growth. I also like that they managed to fit in some pretty good humour here and there throughout the movie just to bring it some levity. I like that they try to be practical as much as they can as well. My only real gripe with Together is that there are a ton of plot conveniences in this movie. And I do mean a ton. They do add up, and I feel like maybe on rewatch they're actually going to bother me even more. But right now, having only just watched it and feeling quite invigorated by it and really surprised by how fun it was, I'm willing to look past those issues. And I can't help but just feel like maybe if you spent a little bit longer in the writing booth, they could have easily been worked out. But right now, I'm happy to give Together a 9 out of 10. I do think it's closer to an 8 than a 10, but I really had fun with this, and I'm really grateful to see something so original and out there and different. And boy, did I save the worst till last. It's Ice Cube's War of the Worlds on Amazon Prime. I had no idea that this was even happening. I just saw an advert for it and thought, no, surely not. Yeah, they are. That's a thing now. We've done it. We've really hit the newest low possible. Oh, Christ. This movie is actually worse than you think it might be. The entire film, for starters, just out of the freaking gates, because we're going to be here a while, the entire movie is just Ice Cube's computer desktop, viewing Ice Cube himself through his own webcam as it pops up on web chat and FaceTimes and all kind of different things on this desktop. That's the entirety of the movie. With the camera still somehow zooming in and shifting around and jumping here and out there and doing that weird refocus thing, despite it all just being a computer screen. It's edited like shit, and I hated that within the opening seconds of the movie, and it goes on for the entire hour and a half. All of the performances are dog shit bad in this movie, but Ice Cube really does take the cake. I mean, so bad he might never act in a movie again. Horrifically shit. I could do what he did in this. His reaction shots are... or my personal favourite... This was painful to get through. The story is near unfollowable at times. There are so many characters popping in and out of these bloody voice boxes and chat boxes. The CGI is atrocious. The music is generic as sin. The best thing I can say about it is at least it's on Amazon Prime and I didn't have to pay anything for it, and I can just watch it at home and, you know, go on my phone and save myself from the misery. And I guess if you had friends around on a lot of beer, it could be funny. There's better movies for that, but yeah, it is just so breathtakingly shit. I guess I am a little bit flabbergasted that they actually had the damn cheek to put this out there and say this is a complete piece of work and entertainment. They list this as entertainment. This is misery. This is one of the worst things I've seen this year. This is possibly worse than Snow White. I'm actually having that debate in my head right now. Which one would I rather suffer again? Christ above, if it isn't clear to you yet, War of the Worlds is absolutely getting a 1 out of 10. This is a contender for one of the worst things I've seen in a while, let alone this damn year. I only implore you to check this movie out if you are that morbidly curious and you don't believe me. Like, no. It's that fucking bad, guys. It's impressively shit. But anyway, that'll do for today. Thank you for watching. Please do hit the like button and the subscribe button, and please do hit the comments as well. What did you think about any of the movies that we've discussed today? Please let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, you can always click on these suggested videos right here and get yourself lost in an IMO wormhole. But if not, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.